Have you ever felt like discipline is just this constant uphill battle? You know, one you're always losing? Well, you're definitely not alone. But what if the way we've been thinking about it is, well, just wrong? We're going to explore a completely different way to look at discipline, not as a fight you have to win, but as a system you can design.
This right here, this really gets to the heart of it. Just think about that feeling when you skip the gym or put off a big project. We always take that personally, right? We think it's some kind of personal flaw. But what this is telling us is that it's not about you. The truth is, our biology is in a direct conflict with the world we live in today.
Okay, so let's dive into why discipline feels so unnatural. To really get it, we have to look at how our brains are wired at a fundamental level. You see, it's a design that was absolutely perfect for keeping us alive thousands of years ago, but it creates some major problems for us now. And this slide just lays out that conflict perfectly. On one side, you've got our ancient brain. It evolved to do three things really, really well: save energy, grab immediate rewards, and stay safe and comfortable. But then look at our modern goals. They demand the exact opposite, don't they? Long-term growth, delaying gratification, and embracing challenges. We're literally fighting millions of years of programming every single day. I love this way of thinking about it. This software is the reason the couch feels so much better than the gym. It's saving energy. It's why scrolling through social media is way easier than studying. It's giving you instant little rewards. Your brain isn't broken. It's just running a very, very old operating system. And there's actually a name for this tendency: cognitive ease. It's a core idea in neuroscience. Your brain isn't making a moral choice between a good habit and a bad one. It's making an energy-based choice between what's easy and what's hard. It's basically an efficiency expert, and it will always, unconsciously, steer you toward the path that takes the least effort right now. So, knowing that our brains are just wired for ease, what do most of us try to do? We try to fight it, head on, with pure, brute force willpower. But as we're about to see, that's kind of like trying to stop a river with your bare hands. This idea from James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits, is a total game changer. His whole point is that relying on motivation and willpower is a losing game because they're limited resources. They run out. And fatigue always wins. The second you're tired or stressed, your brain just defaults right back to its old programming, the path of least resistance. And this brings us to the most important question, right? If fighting our own nature is basically designed to fail, how do we ever achieve anything meaningful? How do we build the lives we actually want? And here it is. This is the answer. This is the quiet realization that changes everything. True, lasting discipline doesn't come from being stronger or having more motivation. It comes from being a smarter designer of your own life. It's about strategy, not strength. So, let's get practical. Let's talk about how we can actually do this. In this next part, we're going to explore how you can stop fighting your own biology and instead become the architect of your behavior, making the right choices the easiest choices. The whole concept behind this is called choice architecture. And the idea is pretty simple. You are less a product of your intentions and more a product of your environment. So we can actually engineer our surroundings to gently nudge us in the right direction without needing a drop of willpower. And this slide shows you exactly how that works. These aren't huge, dramatic changes. They're small, smart tweaks to your environment. When you lay out your workout clothes, you're lowering the barrier to getting started. You put a book on your pillow, and suddenly reading is more obvious than scrolling your phone. You're just working with your brain's preference for ease, not against. James Clear gives us the perfect blueprint for this, with his 4 laws of behavior change. To build a good habit, you just have to design it so that it's 1, obvious, 2, attractive, 3, easy, and 4, satisfying. If a habit checks all those boxes, it becomes almost frictionless. So this is the crucial takeaway. The next time you find yourself procrastinating, stop. Stop blaming yourself for being lazy. Instead, just see it as feedback. It's a sign that the habit you're trying to build is too hidden, too unappealing, too difficult, or too unrewarding. It's a design problem, not a character flaw.
Okay, now for one of the most clever techniques out there for installing new habits. It's called habit stacking, and it works by piggybacking a new behavior onto one you already do without even thinking.
The formula is just so beautifully simple. You take a habit that's already wired deep into your brain, and you use that as the trigger for the new thing you want to do. It completely removes the hardest part of starting something new, which is figuring out when and where you're going to do it.
Think about it. You already brush your teeth every morning. That becomes the cue to meditate. You already make coffee. That becomes the cue to journal for a few minutes. You're not searching for motivation. You're just hijacking your own automatic behaviors. It makes discipline feel almost seamless.
So, we've talked about designing our environment, we've talked about our systems, but now we're going to explore the deepest, most powerful level of change. This is the one that makes discipline truly effortless, because it moves beyond what you do and into who you are.
I really want you to let this one sink in. Every single time you do that small, difficult thing, you're casting a vote. You aren't just checking off a task. You are actively providing evidence to yourself about the kind of person you are.
And that's the real goal. You're not just a person who is trying to read more. You are becoming a reader. You're not just forcing yourself to go to the gym. You are becoming an athletic person. And once your identity begins to shift, disciplined behavior isn't a chore anymore. It's just what a person like you does.
Let this one sit with you for a moment. Your future isn't defined by your big goals or your New Year's resolutions. It's defined by the quality of your daily systems. A well-designed system will carry you forward even on the days you have zero motivation. Your good intentions, they won't. So, as we close out, I want to leave you with this question. Don't think about changing your entire life overnight. Just think about one small thing. What is the very first habit you could redesign to make it just a little more obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying? Because in the end, that's really the secret, isn't it? The goal was never to become a master of willpower. The goal is to design a life where discipline is just the natural side effect of your environment, your systems, and ultimately, your identity. It becomes easy when it becomes who you are.